talk about in depth today, Capcom also announced that along with this patch with Rashid being released, they're also adding a quality of life change to the game mechanics, which is really a buff to drive rush cancel. So you can see here, a new quality of life feature is coming with the Rashid updates on July 24th. After cancelable normal attacks, simply press MP plus MK, the parry input on Classic, or the drive parry button on Modern to perform a drive rush cancel. So shown here in the
A new quality of life feature is coming with the Rashid update. After cancelable normal attacks, simply press. Oh my god! Yo! That is amazing! Oh my god! That's so good! Oh my god! That's great news!
So shown here in this example, which you can also
Getting into it here. Kid Chris T coming through.
Here at Rashid here. He's able to drive cancel his standing medium by simply pressing parry. So normally you do a drive rush cancel by tapping forward twice, a dash input during the cancelable frames of a move when it's connecting with the opponent's hurt box. But here he's able to just tap the parry button, and get the drive rush cancel. By the way,
okay, so let's talk about this real quick, right? When I heard about this, I, as you heard, was very, very, very unreasonably excited because I literally wanted this so bad, because I'm like, this, and the reason why I wanted it is not because hitting forward from a normal in a vacuum is hard. I can do it. I can do the combos. I can still get them in matches sometimes, right? Even off of lights now, I've still been practicing it. Even up until now, I've been, still trying to do it and actively trying to get better at doing it, right? Mainly my problem was with Luke, right? Now, people, it's just a get good thing. Do what you got to do. Some people are going to be better at it. Some people are not going to be as good at it. But if you want to even the playing field with like controls and stuff, like, and they're already doing that, trying to even the playing field with like modern controls and stuff. People are complaining about it. Whatever. I don't care that people are complaining about it. The controls being easier don't make you a better player, right? But there are some things that just feel unreasonably awkward to do. Like specifically hitting down and forward in quick succession is the reason why I wanted to be able to just press drive parry. Like I have voiced this in the past. I don't know if I've said it on any of my streams. I probably have. I don't know if it came up in any of the videos that I posted, but I know I've said it before where I was like, man, I wish I could just press drive parry to do drive rush cancel off of normals, because I would be able to confirm so much easier into the combos that I wanted to do. It's not like I don't know how to do the combos. Like with Luke, I can do his perfect knuckle combos. It's just getting to the perfect knuckle combos off of crouch medium punch, drive rush cancel. Like when I see a crouch medium punch hit and I need to drive rush cancel, or when I do like a target combo into a heavy fireball in the corner, and then like somebody presses a button that's slower than my crouch medium punch, and I get crouch medium punch, and then I try to hit forward really quickly after hitting down. So I hit down and forward, and since I didn't go all the way back to neutral and I tried to hit it too fast, I only get one forward, and in my drive rush cancel doesn't come out, and I only get just the punch. Sometimes I do get it. Sometimes I do get it to come out, and I try to make it a point to be more diligent about letting the stick go back to neutral while I'm hitting this before I hit the second forward. But sometimes it doesn't happen, and in quick in situations where something happens very quickly, you don't have the luxury of like messing up or not going back to neutral on the second forward after hitting down. You hit down, especially on stick. On stick, it's a bigger issue than doing it on pad, because on pad, you're pressing down as if it's a button. You press down in the button, with 2 different fingers, down in the button, and then you tap forward with your thumb. Down, forward, right? You're just pressing buttons basically on pad. But with an arcade stick, you press down, right? And on hitbox, you do this too. You're pressing buttons. So you press the down, and then you press, your button at the same time. Down and medium kick is 2 buttons. Or down and medium punch is 2 buttons. Down and medium kick also I have an issue with. But down in your normal, and then they tap forward. Down, forward, right? They do it on hitbox. You do it pretty easily on a controller, but on a stick, it's a little more awkward to input. And I don't know if people are not thinking about that while they're posting things on Twitter, like, was it really that hard for you to hit forward after a normal? And I'm like, is this person either is not thinking about, different scenarios and how you're moving around while you're playing on stick, or they play on pad, or they play on hitbox. I don't have any problem with anybody playing on pad, hitbox, play on Guitar Hero controller for all I care, right? I don't care about that. But what I do care about is people just saying things and just not thinking about like okay, is there seriously enough people are having the same problem where it's like, all right, well maybe we could change this. But like I guess the same argument goes for like there's tons of people that like are have a hard time doing a DP input. There are tons of people that have a hard time doing a fireball input. There are tons of people that have a hard time doing all these different types of inputs. But you know what they did? They came out with modern. They came out with modern controls. But they also allow you to do those inputs in modern. So like that's what they're trying to make Street Fighter 6 into something that everybody can play and that people aren't having an issue with like inputs and stuff like that. And so it's like, all right, well, as long as you can get your inputs out, I think that's what they want to do with Street Fighter 6. As long as you can get your inputs without having to worry about like, oh, I'm not good at doing these inputs, you can just play the game. You can just worry about making decisions and doing the things that you want to do in the game rather than trying to figure out, dang, man, I can't do these inputs. And then you can just do your combos, right? So you're just like, okay, well, how do I do the combos? I do this move, then this move. But I have to link them, right? So it's like I don't have to worry about my inputs being wrong. I just have to worry about the timing of the inputs, right? So down, forward, I would, regardless of whether they changed this or not, I was going to continue playing the game. I was going to continue to try to get better at doing it. But the fact that they made this quality of life change where I can now press medium kick just like you were, or medium kick and medium punch, just like you were able to do with like Street Fighter 4's focus attack. I don't think people realize that focus attack was pretty much the same input that they just changed this to, right? Imagine having to, and I think technically like people are calling this scrubby because you can drive rush cancel with 2 buttons off of a normal, right? And it's like, oh, it's scrubby. They're just making it scrubbier. And it's like, dude, in Street Fighter 4, and people compare it to Street Fighter 4. In Street Fighter 4, you're doing DPs and you're doing special moves and you're doing like flash kicks, and then you're hitting the 2 buttons to cancel into focus attack, right? That already cancels it, right? You don't even have to do anything else. That already cancels it. You do DP and then you hit the 2 buttons and it cancels the animation. So you get the hit and then you cancel it before you leave the ground. You just did and then, I mean, you could dash backwards and you dash backwards off of it. And you've just done a safe DP or safe flash kick, whereas you woke up, did DP, it was blocked, and then you dashed out of it. That's more scrubby than doing drive rush with 2 buttons off of normal, in my opinion. But anyway, you've already canceled it. It's just in this game, right? When you press drive rush or you press drive parry after normal, you just get the dash, right? So like it's a little bit different. You just get the dash. But you also, the other thing is you also can't do it while holding back. So you still have to be mindful of what direction you're holding. You can't hold down back. People normally were holding down back. Well, I don't know about charge characters, but normally the reason why I did it, I will hold down back before I hit the forward because at least that would give me enough travel time to like slap the stick. So it would already go back to neutral, right? It would hit down, back, button, and then it would already go back to neutral, and then I would just hit forward, right? And that's what I was trying to do. But when you would hold, if you would just hit down and then try to hit forward, it's very awkward to make that motion happen on a stick. You have to like really like move your hand completely around to get that done. Like you're holding down, back, and then like the easiest way I found to do it is literally you hold down, back, you let go of the stick, and you slap the stick forward. Going back the other direction, you have to like do it, and then you're like tapping. You have to move your hand around so much to do this motion, and it's just kind of awkward to do on stick. But the games were made in arcade, like the games were always played on stick. So it's like, okay, well, they made this change, and it makes it a little easier. It's just like somebody pressing forward with their thumb on a joystick. I mean, on a pad, or pressing forward as a button on a hitbox. Now we can press the buttons to go forward. Now everybody has the same ability, though. Everybody has the same advantage on no matter what thing they're playing on. The only difference is the still I feel like there's the controller advantage of having faster reaction time on DI, but that's neither here nor there. Like that, it's such a small advantage that I wouldn't switch to controller just for that advantage. It's a small advantage. It's just because you have your finger on the trigger all the time, or your finger on the button for DI all the time, while your other hand is doing all the button inputs for your combos and stuff. You see DI, and this finger has literally one job, and that's just press DI. But like that's all. Like I was so happy that they made that change, because I'm like, now I'll be able to get a lot more of my confirms out and be able to do the combos that I want to do. And when I get a hit and I know that it's gonna hit, and I can just cancel off of that, because I'm like, okay, this hit, and then I hit drive parry and I cancel into drive rush, and I can just do the rest of the combo. It feels so much. It's gonna feel so much better. It's gonna feel so much better. Now at the same time, there's going to be a lot of other people. Everybody gets this buff. So it's definitely going to change a lot of things. It's going to change a lot of matches where I feel like there's a lot of matches I should have won, but I just never got my confirms off of crouch medium punch and the drive rush with Luke. But then also I played Dalsum, and I main Dalsum. So I think I have the most matches played with Dalsum at this point. And there's other stuff that I've been trying to do and learn to do, which I can kind of do now. It was hard, but like I can do it now, but it's going to be a lot easier. And maybe I even continue to do it the way that I was doing it already, because I'm like used to it with Dalsum and like the way it feels. But like I'm still not used to doing it in the way it feels with Luke, right? Because I'm confirming the drive rush off of 2 hits with Dalsum from like crouch light kick into jab, or crouch jab into stand jab into forward, or even crouch jab, forward, and I'm confirming the hit before I have to do it. But with Luke, I'm literally doing crouch medium punch, one normal, down back, seeing it hit, and then trying to hit forward as fast as possible, and I'm just messing it up. And I'm getting better at doing it, but like it's gonna feel so much more smooth to do it with drive parry. And I feel like people are just, people are just like, they don't know even how to play footsies. They don't even know how to play neutral and stuff, but they are upset that this change is going through. Some of the people, not everybody, but there are some people that are upset that this change is going through, and they're calling it scrubby, and they're calling it this, and they're calling it that. And it's just like, y'all didn't even know how to use the mechanic in the first place. Some people. So to not understand why people would want this change, I don't know. Like, it's just like, it's definitely an amazing change for the game. And going forward, I wonder what else they change, who gets nerfed, who gets buffed. This could help in a lot of matchups where people were, maybe losing, where they would have won if they would have gotten their drive rush, and it wasn't so awkward to do by hitting down and then hitting forward. I just feel like it's gonna change a lot. And it's gonna make people's gameplay a lot cleaner. Like people who are trying to have clean gameplay, it's gonna make their gameplay a lot cleaner. Like I feel like my confirms are just gonna get cleaner with Luke. And at first I was like, man, I think I'm just gonna stop playing Luke because clearly I'm just not good at doing like crouch medium punch into forward. But I actually like playing Luke after like going this whole way with doing all the stuff that I've been doing with him and playing as many matches as I play with him. I like playing him, but I just don't like doing crouch medium punch forward. Like it's actually it feels like cancer. But yeah, I just can't wait till next week. Next week is gonna be great. We get Rashid and we get the one change that I really wanted and the one thing that I was really complaining about. But yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Tell me what you think about the change in the comments, and please do subscribe to the channel. I play a bunch of stuff. I've been playing Street Fighter heavy. I'm actually gonna start playing Genshin Impact. That's a little like a little Easter egg, a little teaser. I'm gonna start playing Genshin Impact. I don't think I've said it in any of my other videos yet, but I already have like 3 or 4 videos like ready to go, and I'm just gonna be playing that, and that's gonna be like my chill game. I've also been playing Naraka Blade Point, and then there's other games that I'm looking forward to coming out, and maybe trying out some games and just doing some. Oh yeah, I want to test out this game and see what it feels like to play, going forward. Like maybe some other like mobile / PC games. Like I know I have Honkai Star Rail. I've already started that game, but maybe I started over and. Or maybe I just start from where I left off and do some stuff with that. Or there's another game that just came out recently. I think it came out today or yesterday. That's called what is it called? Snow something. I forget what it's called. Snow. It's like a shooter. It's like a third-person shooter style game. Like I guess in the vein of mobile Genshin and stuff like that. But I don't know. We'll see. There's a bunch of stuff that I got, and hopefully this stuff starts to get some traction. But yeah, please do subscribe to the channel. Rashid next week. Peace.